correct me if I'm wrong here, but it wasn't if you cared less about soda and where it was, and you didn't want a label or you didn't want
Yeah,
this extra
you know what was
taxation.
weird? The Army was my biggest customer by far at about 1.5%. Um, the Army's Gatorade's biggest customer, and I figured it might be in the neighborhood of a half or a quarter of a percent
Mm-hmm.
during wartime. I mean, you just can't. They'll load planes up to the point they can't fly any heavier and get that shit. We encountered each other at Fort Stewart. I mean, we've had interaction. Look, we got it. It was the work of Russ Green that made it so that if you collapse during exercise, they establish a line before they administer fluids. They do a sodium test, and that was being caused by soda, the exertional EAHE,
Mm-hmm.
exercise associated hyponatremic encephalopathy. It was killing soldiers, and it was Gatorade promoted through
Yep.
bullshit studies.
Yep.
Greg, I
And then
think
you
we're
get there with the juice and you start pumping them full of fluids and you make everything worse. They need a
Greg,
100 cc bolus of 100 milliliters bolus of 3%. It snaps them right out of it miraculously. They piss themselves and come to. But anytime you have an athlete down and with mentative symptoms, you have to go first to EAHE above everything else.
your issue, I think people have confused, is that you weren't going. You didn't. You were a free markets guy. You didn't care how much
They
soda.
can sell
You
that
don't care
piss all
how
they
much-
want.
You
They
can, they can sell
entered
all the
into the
Ozempic.
certification space. They were spending millions, tens of millions to make CrossFit training criminal.
Yes. And that was the purpose, because once movement was medicine, now it's a medical practice. We need to regulate it. CrossFit's unregulated. We need
And
to
the first
stop
thing
it.
you regulate is the mouth of the trainer. First thing.
But people still couch it in the terms of they think that you have a problem with Big Pharma selling Ozempic or Coca-Cola selling sugar. You're a free market guy. Do whatever you want. But when you started the CrossFit Health Initiative, it was to show the meddling in the sciences, and I forgot about the certification things. They were basically, they had come at you. They were first of all lying about CrossFit, and then also trying to take control to make put licensure around fitness.
It's licensure that caused the soda tour explain that these guys are hawking a poison, corrupting the health space. And I even use the example on the road. I go this: if I got a neighbor that's dealing crack and there's a constant flow of cars coming out of the house, I'm going to look the other way and tell the kids and everyone, don't even look down the street, and I'm going to hate it. Okay. As soon as one of those crackheads steals a bike, I'm going to call the narcs, not the bike cops, the narcs.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that was. That's all it was. These fucking guys are peddling poison. Let them. I'm telling you not to drink it. I'll create a market and telling people that, and they can bear witness and pay for the effect of my prescience. And you can corrupt the sciences. And part of me making the living will be explaining that you can't believe this science because it was paid for. I mean, I went with Green and Berger and sat with Blumenthal and told them that you'll have to spend money to get a study that says sugar is good before you can see that it was paid for by soda pop. He goes, no fucking way. We're going, yeah, we pulled up some. Look at this, man. This is a soda study, but you got to have $13.95 before you can get past the abstract that tells you about how good soda is. And he changed that with a phone call. He changed it with a phone call. So
And
you look for those kinds of things. I forgot, I'm derailed here.
No, it's good. It's good.
And yeah, and the other thing too is like when you go back to the global.
I'm on it. I'm on it. Look, I'm okay with them corrupting. The reason I was talking there about they corrupted the science, and the reason I have to go public with it, it's a fucking poison beyond just using it internal to our practice to differentiate us, because we need that to get results. You can't say no, sugar is good for you and look like you know what you're doing as a trainer. Okay, people, they look worse each week. It's not working. But at the point of occupational licensure and the intent to criminalize and to delegitimize everything we were doing while at their headquarters during the open, they're having in-house competition on the fucking events. I'm like, it's time to point out who's paying these fuckers.
Yep.
They couldn't. The ACSM and the NSCA both couldn't keep the lights on were it not for their gold and platinum sponsors.
Exactly.
And that just boils down to the American Beverage Association.
Yes, and then that started getting entrenched,
which is a
further and
nonprofit.
further.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's all it does is just lobby and regulate the interest of soda. And that's how it got involved with the Global Energy Balance Network, and the Obamas got behind it. So they wanted to say, hey, the sugar's not bad for you. It's just you just don't move enough. We just need to balance everything out. And by the way, we have our doctors here. We have our chief scientist from Coca-Cola that's going to go ahead and explain it to you guys, because you don't understand and you're not.
We could find 2 or 3 proxies a week that had impressive masthead, literature supporting, public events planned, a beautiful website. As we'd expose them, they'd disappear and we'd find new ones. And we know the agency that builds these things. We know the people that do this, and they can stand these things up faster than you can shoot them down.
Yep.
It's a fascinating world. We made a poster of that. You know, there's some CrossFit Health art of the landscape in DC.
Yes.
And it's fucking brilliant. I mean, we got everyone in there by face.
Yes, it's incredible piece of art. And in fact, I posted it a while ago. Maybe I should do it again, because there's so many, like, as they say, Easter eggs in there. Like if you look at the headstones, it was the people that had died through the overhydration thing where you were talking about with Gatorade.
Some
and then you had the doctors.
Dr. Cynthia Lucero.
Yeah.
When that thing first came out in '96, Tim Noakes said, "Oh my God, small women are going to die." And what? And he's like, well, you know, at their prescription at 40 ounces per hour, if you weigh 100 pounds, that sounds like a little girl, and she's got a 4-hour marathon, that will result in death. And guess what happened?
She died.
100-pound woman took 4 hours to run the marathon and drank 40 ounces per hour as prescribed and died. It killed doctors. It killed Harvard doctors. They followed the prescription to the letter. It killed them.
Yep. And you don't need
to. It was all bullshit. The whole thing was bullshit.
That's
Fake
right.
science. But it had good p-values. They used null hypothesis significance testing. Everybody.
There it goes. Bring it all the way around.
High impact journals. What are you talking about?
I can't find the.
Do you want me to find the photo? I could do it. I got it, like right here. Let me bring it up. Yeah, and the crazy thing is you don't need to look any further than how the fact that the American Beverage Association has regulated, so that way you could buy sodas and their other products when you're being subsidized by the government. And then those same people are now clogging up the medical system because of their chronic diseases. It's insane.
They litigate, and on any time it's like this is really, really important, like a soda labeling law or legislation or on a ballot issue coming up, any of that, it's ABA that comes swinging and has the attorneys, and their law firm of choice almost always is Latham Watkins, which is like I have a love affair with them and a handful of their top attorneys, and so it creates for an interesting scenario. Not that I wanted to dance with soda in courts.
Hey, the irony is that Coke came on the scene as a medicine for nausea and vomiting.
Look at the relationship between Coca-Cola and the CDC and its founding.